We got great guests tonight.
Yeah, it's a good show.
Yeah, we've been getting, I don't know, recently we've been getting, I think, I'd say in the last couple of years, some really great guests. You know, in the beginning when we first started out, it was tough to get really good guests.
Yeah.
Late-night talk shows have long been a platform for celebrities to promote their projects, share personal anecdotes, and engage in comedic banter with charismatic hosts. But not every guest leaves a good impression. Let's take a look at some of the most well-known instances at celebrities being banned from late-night talk shows. Dax Shepard.
That was an incredible commitment. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
I was sharing a green room with that snake,
Yeah?
and I think it might have been...
Dax Shepard's ban from Late Night with Conan O'Brien in the early 2000s was not due to controversy or a personal feud, but rather his own behavior during his appearance. Shepard, who was struggling with alcoholism at the time, admitted in later interviews that he was heavily intoxicated when he showed up for the show. His inebriation led to a disastrous appearance in which he was visibly out of control, much to the frustration of Conan O'Brien and his team. Shepard later recalled, he was so drunk he did not even remember the interview, and when he tried to schedule another appearance, he was informed that he had been banned. Years later, after getting sober and establishing himself as a respected actor and podcast host, Shepard was invited back onto Conan for an interview where he publicly apologized and acknowledged his past mistakes. Kathy Griffin.
You just told me that you have some information about
so
Trump's tax return.
Well, we were talking about the charity stuff, so the Donald J. Trump Foundation, et cetera. So when our dear departed friend, Joan Rivers, who I miss every single day, and I know you do too, when she was a contestant on Celebrity Apprentice, which she won, by the way, at the age of 75, which is phenomenal, and she called me to be part of a challenge one time. And I would do anything for her, as you would. And so I said, what do you need me to do?
Comedian Kathy Griffin is no stranger to controversy, and her brash, unapologetic humor has often landed her in hot water. One of the most significant bans she faced was from The Tonight Show with Jay Leno. Griffin and Leno had a contentious relationship, and she often mocked him in her stand-up routines, which led to Leno barring her from appearing on his show. Griffin has also been banned from The View at various points due to her outspoken nature and willingness to take jabs at celebrities and public figures. But one of the most high-profile bans she faced was from CNN's New Year's Eve coverage after she posed in a controversial 2017 photo holding a prop that resembled the severed head of then-President Donald Trump. The image sparked massive backlash, leading to Griffin losing numerous gigs, including her long-running role as co-host of CNN's New Year's Eve alongside Anderson Cooper. Joan Rivers.
You know when I feel older, I went to buy sexy underwear and they automatically gift wrapped it.
Oh.
And you go, oh.
Obviously for your aunt or something, sure.
And when you buy a bikini.
Bad?
Or when the body is falling and you're wearing a bikini, you go wading and the top gets wet first.
Joan Rivers' ban from The Tonight Show remains one of the most infamous in talk show history. Rivers was a beloved guest on Johnny Carson's Tonight Show for many years and was even considered his protege. However, their relationship soured when she accepted an offer to host her own late-night talk show, The Late Show starring Joan Rivers, on Fox in 1986. Carson, who had not been informed beforehand, viewed her decision as a betrayal and never spoke to her again. As a result, she was banned from The Tonight Show, a ban that continued through Jay Leno's tenure as host. For nearly 3 decades, Rivers was not allowed to return to The Tonight Show. It wasn't until Jimmy Fallon took over in 2014 that the ban was finally lifted. Fallon, recognizing Rivers' impact on comedy and television, invited her back on the show, where she received a warm welcome. Sadly, Rivers passed away later that year. Howard Stern.
I know we have limited time. I'm very excited to be on the new Tonight Show. This is truly marking a beginning having me on.
Yes. I think hell in a handbasket would be a good
It shows a difference in direction with the Tonight Show. I think it's a loosening up of the Tonight Show, if I may say so, Jay.
A loosening up?
It really is. You know, let me address a few things. First of all, there's all kind of rivalries going on, is there not, Jay?
Radio shock jock Howard Stern has made a career out of pushing boundaries, but his antics have also led to bans from multiple late-night talk shows. One of the most notable incidents occurred on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno in 1995. During his appearance, Stern brought 2 adult film stars on stage, and their inappropriate behavior resulted in an uncomfortable and chaotic segment. Leno was so displeased with the incident, he banned Stern from returning. Stern also had a rocky relationship with David Letterman. Though he was a frequent guest on The Late Show with David Letterman, their relationship deteriorated at one point, leading to an unofficial ban. But they later reconciled, and Stern returned as a guest multiple times before Letterman retired. Stern's confrontational and boundary-pushing style has made him both a beloved and controversial figure in the media landscape. Despite his bans from certain late-night shows, he's continued to find success through his Sirius XM radio show and various media ventures. Donald Trump.
Real quick, last night, in the wake, we mentioned in the monologue, in the wake of Donald Trump pulling the press credentials of the Washington Post, I announced here last night that until he rectified that situation, he was banned from appearing on this show. And we did this. We instituted this ban despite the fact that he's never been here or asked to be here or would ever be caught dead here.
Before becoming president, Donald Trump was a regular guest on late-night talk shows, often promoting his businesses and reality TV ventures. But his political career dramatically shifted how he was received by the entertainment industry. One of the most prominent bans Trump faced was from Jimmy Kimmel Live. Kimmel, a vocal critic of Trump's policies and rhetoric, has openly stated he would never have Trump as a guest on his show again. Similarly, other late-night hosts, including Stephen Colbert and Seth Meyers, have made it clear Trump is not welcome on their shows. Trump's last late-night appearance as a candidate came in 2016 when he appeared on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. The segment, in which Fallon famously ruffled Trump's hair in a lighthearted manner, was met with backlash from viewers who felt Fallon was too soft on him. The incident damaged Fallon's reputation among some audiences, and he later expressed regret over how he handled the interview. Since then, Trump has been largely absent from late-night television, with many hosts using their platform to critique his presidency rather than provide him with airtime. Bans from late-night talk shows can stem from a variety of reasons, including personal disputes, inappropriate behavior, or political tensions. In some cases, like with Dax Shepard and Joan Rivers, they were eventually lifted, allowing for reconciliation. In other cases, like those of Kathy Griffin and Donald Trump, the bans remained firm due to ongoing controversy and strong public opinion. Regardless of the reasons behind these bans, they highlight the evolving relationship between celebrities and the media, showing how actions, words, and personal conflicts can impact one's ability to engage with mainstream television platforms. Whether temporary or permanent, these bans serve as reminders even the biggest stars are not immune to consequences when it comes to their behavior on national television. Late-night talk show bans often spark a wide range of reactions from both fans and the general public. While some viewers applaud these decisions as necessary consequences for rude or offensive behavior, others view them as overly harsh or politically motivated. In some cases, bans are seen as a stand for integrity and professionalism, reinforcing the host's control over their platforms. In others, they're criticized as censorship or personal vendettas. Ultimately, these moments generate debate about the boundaries of free expression, comedy, and responsibility in the entertainment industry, proving that late-night television still plays a powerful cultural role. Now it's time to hear from you. Do you think these bans were justified? Let us know in the comments section below.